Hello my dear friends, in this video I'm going to discuss with you passage planning in Gulf of Suez and the Suez Canal transit, right? Okay, let's launch this product, volume 6 ADRS, and here you are, from here onwards your reporting and things start. I will also discuss my passage from here, northbound, right? So click on this tile, Gulf of Suez, and pilotage is required or provided in the Gulf of Suez, right? The VTMS boundaries extend from a position Ras El Abadia, okay, all this, right? I will show all this to you against my passage on like this. Falls Ras Garib VTC and Ras El Adabia VTC. Participation is mandatory and all that, right? Northbound vessels on arrival at the area, vessels should call the appropriate VTC as follows. Southbound vessels departing in Suez Canal, Kansas as Suez, and approaching latitude should contact, right? Northbound vessels, all vessels departing the Red Sea and approaching latitudes 2720, contact Falls Ras Garib VTC channel instructions. Vessels changing, right? That is it. Okay, that is it about reporting. And now here is your Suez Canal, right? Pilotage is compulsory for all vessels entering, leaving, moving, shipping, blah 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 blah, right? Entering from Mediterranean, pilot boards in the following. Mediterranean is Port Said, right? The Red Sea side is Port Suez. VLCCs, fourth generation container vessels, the position is mentioned here. Vessels between 11.9 and 12.8 draft north anchorage area here. Other vessels near Fairway Light Buoy, this and container terminal. Entering from Red Sea, now in this case my interest is from Red Sea VLCC. It says other vessels draft of 11.6 or less in waiting area north of Coney Rock. Pilot exchange takes at Ismailia, right? Here you have some details. Procedure: vessels intending to pass in Kansas certain as soon as possible if coming from a near following notice of cancellation and all this, right? Entering from Mediterranean 15 miles before arrival at Suez Canal, Port Said, bypass Fairway. Vessel should report to the appropriate harbour office, right? Port Said harbour office in case entering from Mediterranean 15 miles before arrival at Suez Canal. That is Fairway Light Buoy, right? Entering from Red Sea 5 nautical miles before arrival, separation zone Light Buoy, this on channel 14, Bar Suez or Port Suez harbour office, right? And you can give your ETA to your pilot boarding ground, right? Okay, and the rest of the things is normal. Okay. Right, dear friends, so from here when you come, you will drop anchor and you will be like same in Panama Canal. There will be some inspection and all that, and after that you will be allocated for the convoy, right? And you will pilot Port Suez. You will take, it's about 103 miles, and here he will disembark, and then you are in the Mediterranean Sea. If you are coming from Mediterranean Sea, your pilot will board here in Port Said and then up to here, right? So that's it about pilot information from this book, and let's now discuss the passage against EGDIS. Okay, dear friends, even though you are EGDIS fitted vessel, you are required to have a certain 2 charts for the transit. That is Suez Canal, this one SC01, right? SC01, that is this Port Said to Great Bitter Lake. Your agent will advise just in case, and okay, wait, this chart and this chart, SC02, the latest edition. Okay, Great Bitter Lake to Port of Suez, right? These two charts you are required to carry on board, despite that you are EGDIS fitted vessels. If you don't have this in your on board, your transit will not be permitted. Just say you are a brand new vessel and you don't have this, it's also never mind. You can always get this arranged through the agent before the transit, right? So luckily I have this on board, so I am clear. Just if you happen to pass through the Suez Canal, just ensure that you have these two charts. And let me show you another thing. And dear friends, apart from the other two charts I have just shown you, you are required to have this book, Rules of Navigation, Suez Canal Authority. This also you need to have, right? I will show you one important thing in this publication. You know, you have a lot of information here, right? You know, the Suez Canal what do you call, Suez crew is coming on board, right? There will be some number of crew, Suez Canal crew members in case of emergency. Also there will be an electrician, right? And in most cases they both, electrician and the stewardess or the Suez crew, will demand a cabin inside accommodation. That you normally don't do, and you are not bound to give them either, right? Forget about the Suez crew giving them cabin inside. Sometimes the electrician comes and demands a cabin inside accommodation through the pilot, that he's an officer, blah blah, that he is supposed to be given a cabin inside. No, that is not required. It's only a cabin will be provided for the pilot if necessary. Other than that, you are not bound to. It is clearly mentioned in this book. This is why I have highlighted that point here. It is okay. I will show you. Right, accommodation. It falls under accommodation. You will wait. Communication signal. Just wait. That is in section 2, preparation for transiting the canal accommodations, article 42, page 57, right? It says the point 3, right? I will read out what accommodations. Okay, a suitable officer class accommodation is to be put at the pilot's disposal while anchoring in the Bitter Lakes or making fast in mooring places alongside the canal. In case right, that is why the Suez crew is coming. In case of no suitable accommodation available, the vessel will pay an extra. You will not see. Okay, will pay an extra due of $100,000 for each relieving pilot. She may be delayed if no relieving pilot is available. If the pilot cabin is not suitable, an additional due of $5,000 shall be collected. Right now, the highlighted point: a sheltered place is to be provided for the mooring boatmen, 3 to 6 men according to the size of the vessel, and 2 shore electricians for the projector during transit. Right. The most important point here is a sheltered place. Right. Sheltered place means a sheltered place. Even a hut is okay because it's sheltered. You don't have to give them accommodation cabin inside, right? So what these electricians do is they demand a cabin inside through the pilot and just show this to them, and they will move out. Because when I was cadet, I transited the Suez Canal for the first time in my life, and this kind of situation happened, and captain showed this to the pilot. This is your own regulations. We have given you a sheltered place. That is why on most of the ships a Suez cabin is situated outside accommodation on deck, right? Otherwise, even tally office is okay. That is what you need to give them, and nothing more than that. So in that case, okay, pilot showed this to the electrician shut the mouth and went outside. So this is very useful. That is why I have highlighted. Okay, that's about it. Now let's move on to Egdis. Okay, sorry, I forgot to discuss another thing with you. If you have the Mariner's Routine Guide Gulf of Suez, this is very useful because there is a lot of useful information you can derive from this chart. Basically, the reporting points, right? Reporting instructions, passage planning guide, blah blah, and all that, right? So normally you have it like for English Channel you have, for Singapore and Malacca Straits you have. So likewise you have, because this kind of information I will show you. Overtaking this point, avoid overtaking until north of July oil field is mentioned only here. It is not mentioned in the LRS volume 6. Planning out the passage in conjunction with the routine guide is also necessary, so that you will not miss out any point. So I have marked everything on Egdis. So this is why. So we will now discuss the passage against Egdis. All right, dear friends. So now we will discuss our passage. So here from this point onwards, you are entering the Gulf of Suez, right? And as I showed you, upon passing 27.2, you need to report to required VTC, that is this point, right? Northbound vessels. So this point, Ras Garib VTC. So I have written it down here. Contact Falls Ras Garib VTC channel 1661 passing latitude 2720 north, right? And also as I showed you at the beginning of my video, the VTC is divided into two sectors comprising of north and south sector. So the south sector starts beyond this point, right? Beyond this point, which is east of Al Jazeera and all that, right? And you will proceed along the recommended track in the TSS in the Gulf of Suez, and also there are lots of aids for navigation, plotting, manual positions and all that, right? Here at this point, avoid overtaking until July oil field. What is this point? 28 latitude, right? Up beyond this latitude, north of this 28 latitude, until passing July oil field, you have to avoid overtaking. That information I took from the routine guide, right? I couldn't find out this information from any other, right? Okay. And so you go. So it's very anyway, the routine guides are very informative, and it's important that you mark everything on the Egdis so that no one misses out a single point. Okay, right. Right, so let's move on. And vessel can resume overtaking beyond this point. What is this point? 2817. July oil field is here. Where is July? Or see J29 and all that, right? So beyond this point, north of this point, you can resume overtaking should you overtake any other vessels, right? Now let's keep on going, and the rest of the things is just normal. And also now you are moving on to the north sector, leaving the south sector. Then that is under control of Ras El Adabiyah VTC. Ras El Adabiyah VTC channels 16 and 20 entering north sector, right? You can check out with Falls Ras Garib VTC that you are leaving south sector and entering, and upon entering north sector you can report to Ras El Adabiyah VTC. Okay, and you will keep moving north. right here. Call Suez Canal Harbour Office channel 14 and give ETA. Actually this is 5 miles before this what do you call it says entering from Red Sea. Wait, I will show. Right, it is this point, entering from Red Sea, 5 nautical miles before arrival at separation zone light buoy, which is this one, by 1, right? 5 miles before that you have to call. So call Suez Canal Harbour Office, right? Port Suez Harbour Office or Suez Canal Harbour Office on channel 14. It says 14. Actually I also received the same information from the agent, so you will mark on X. And then this one, passing arrival time limit is what agent said send to me, so they will also send you when you pass this point. 2942.8, passing this point is considered as arrival. So because you have to be allocated for the convoy, there is a certain time limit. Let me show that email to you. See this one. The limit time for all vessels joining the northbound convoy is 23 hours, and this is a time of actual crossing north of latitude 2942.8 and limited by longitude. So actually before on any given date, just before 2300 local time, so as you need to pass this point. Then sorry my dear friends, my phone memory was finished, so I had to erase some things. Okay, so this one, right, on any given date you need to pass this point line 2300 before 2300 local time, then you will be considered arrived in Suez Canal. Then you will be then the formalities will start, and then you will be scheduled for the northbound transit as booked or as required by the charterers, right? Then your North Canal, so northbound passage starts. You know, this is nothing, so you move on here, and there, in case you have to drop anchor, you will have the right, the channel divides, and your arrow marks are clearly marked which side of channel to choose, right? On if say, where is this? Yes, say now here you might not see which side of channel to use, right? In that case, no, it's marked here. Right, never mind. Well, how to choose is, see, general direction of traffic flow is marked, so accordingly you choose which side to take. This side will be for the southbound, right? And and you will pass, go like this, go like this, go like this, and you're somewhere in the fairway your pilot will disembark, and then later on you can reach. Now you are in the Mediterranean Sea, and you will resume your sea passage after that, right? This is it about northbound. Right now, if you just discuss, because southbound I have never transited from the from the Mediterranean Sea to Port Said, but never mind, you know, it's all mentioned here. Mediterranean is Port Said. It says entering from Mediterranean 15 nautical miles before arrival at Suez Canal, bypass fairway light buoy 2130. I will find it out. Just let me pause the video for a moment. You see, it is this North Cardinal buoy, right? So it says for southbound vessels that come from Mediterranean Sea, entering from Mediterranean 15 nautical miles before arrival at Suez Canal ports fairway light buoy. So you need to call to the appropriate harbor office. In this case, Port Said Harbor Office, 15 miles before arrival at this fairway light buoy. Then they will advise you where to drop anchor and all that for formalities, right? And after formalities have finished, then you will start your pilot will board and you will start your southbound convoy, right? Maybe southbound is coming from here, and right. Yes, I think southbound should right. Yes, right, that's it, my friends. So I hope this is good enough, this is clear. And my introduction, the preliminary introduction at the beginning of my video is, I think, is helpful for you. What kind of information you need, what kind of information you will get from those charts I showed you, and the Suez Canal Authority publication, because this is going to be a real hassle, real trouble with the Suez crew and electrician. So in that case, you can show this particular phrase to them and they cannot demand anymore. Right, guys, thank you for watching. This is going to be my last video on board this ship, because I'll be signing off in Suez Canal in how many days now? It's 5th, in 5 days. So I have covered many things. I will go home and upload. Right, guys, thank you for watching. Let's share, let's watch, let's subscribe and keep watching. Thank you.